Cool. What's up? It's Constantine, and today we wanted to do the top 10 smaller through hikes. Top 10 smaller through hikes. Number 1 is, of course, the Wonderland Trail, and this trail system is in the state of Washington, and it is about 93 miles, and it goes in a loop around Mount Rainier. And Mount Rainier is kind of the postcard mountain in Washington. It's epically beautiful. And this trail system, the permits are a little difficult to get. You have to get them pretty far in advance or get pretty lucky to get them. So if you get a permit, awesome, because that trail looks absolutely beautiful. So that brings us to number 2, and this is the Windrider High Route. And this is about 97 miles. The skill level is going to be a little heavier to do this trail system because it is a lot of route finding, helicopter, so not helicopter on the trail, helicopter passing over again as soon as I start filming. I'll wait. How many helicopters are there around here? There's been like 6. The Windrider High Route, skill level a little bit harder, 97 miles. This is in the state of Wyoming, and it is actually very close to the CDT because you go through the Wind River Range when you're on the Continental Divide Trail. And this keeps you way up high. You're doing a lot of passes. You're doing trail systems to route finding to trail systems. There's another helicopter. What? So number 3, the Foothills Trail. This is in South Carolina and North Carolina. And we actually have done about half of this when we were preparing for the PCT in 2017. Myself and a buddy went out there and just wanted to get in a hike, and we kind of stumbled onto the trail, weren't planning it, kind of just stumbled there and found it. And this trail is about 76 miles, and it actually goes to the tallest point in South Carolina, Mount Sassafras. Not super high, but tallest point in South Carolina. Pretty cool. So this trail, if you want to get prepped for the Appalachian Trail, it kind of gives you a little bit of what's going to happen. It gives you the ups and downs. It kind of gives you the same environment. So that's why it clocks in at number 3. And number 4 is the Uinta Highland Trail. The Uinta Highland Trail is in Utah, and it's about 100 miles, 104 maybe. And this is growing a lot in popularity and publicity. We know a lot of other hikers who have done this, and we actually had this planned for a fall hike. Didn't work out. So this is going to clock in at number 4. And once again, the trail system, when you go through valleys, you might lose the trail, but it's a pretty good mapped route, and it's pretty clear and straightforward what you can do over there. So that's why it's number 4. And number 5 is the Sunshine Coast Trail. And shout out to our partner Magpie, because she introduced this trail to us. And this is a Canadian hiking trail, and it is about 112 miles. And it goes from Desolation Sound to Sultry Bay, and it is in British Columbia. And there's a lot of information around this trail as well. It is kind of everything that you're going to get along the coastal trail. So this trail looks really cool. I'm pretty sure Magpie, she's done it twice, which is awesome. We want to do it as well. And kind of getting to and from the trail system, you have to take ferries, so it's a little more planning around that hike, but it is supposedly great out there. And that brings us to number 6 is the Cape Wrath Trail. And we had to put this in there because it kind of spoke out to us. The Cape Wrath Trail is in Scotland, and it's about 200 miles, 223 miles, and it starts at the border, Fort McNeil, and goes up to Cape Wrath. So it kind of traverses almost the entire length of Scotland, and it's considered Britain's hardest walking path. We've never hiked in Britain. We don't know what that necessarily means, but if it says hard, we're gonna lean towards it. So that is number 6. And number 7, we got to show some love to Texas, folks. We have to show some love to Texas. So number 7 is the Lone Star Trail. And this trail is about 96 miles, and you can make it a little bigger with different loops depending on what you're doing. So we've never hiked in Texas. We want to hike in Texas. Shout out DB. He's told us that Texas is beautiful, and we want to experience it as well. So it clocks in, 96 miles. You can make it a little longer, and it just looks cool. There's a good map system around there as well, so if you do research, you'll be able to find out what it's about. And that brings us to number 8, the Sierra High Route, another high route trail. This one's getting a little longer. It's about 200 miles, a little bit below. And this trail system is in California, and it is very close to the JMT, John Muir Trail, and Pacific Crest Trail. And I'm pretty sure you follow some of that route for a little bit, but then you go off trail and you have to pick your route through mountain passes, and that area is just epically beautiful, as you guys know. So we actually met 2 thru hikers when we were on our hike of the PCT, and they looked like they were having way more of a rugged experience than we were, so that keeps pulling us back to that trail system as well. That brings us to number 9, the Shelby Trace Trail, if I pronounced that right. And this trail system is in Kentucky, and it is getting on the higher realm of these shorter long distance trails. Shorter long distance trail, isn't that kind of ironic, but whatever. So this gets into the realm of 300 miles ish, a little bit over, and this trail, it's doable pretty quickly because the terrain is not too hard. There's a pretty good map system that you can follow as well, and we've never hiked in Kentucky. We want to experience Kentucky, so that's kind of the draw for that one for us. And we've seen other people do this trail, and it seems like a beautiful trail to do. But this is the Bigfoot Trail, and we had planned on doing this back in 2019 before we found the Ice Age Trail. And this trail, even in the last year since we were planning it, has been growing in popularity. There's been more people through hiking, more resources around it. And this trail is in Northern California. And it's about 400 miles, and you go through so many different environments within those 400 miles, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You're gonna have to do some route finding, but there's also going to be more and more building of the trail. Like we said, in this last year we've seen so much happen to it. So yeah, that is our top 10 small through hikes. Near the end there, it started to get a little bit longer. We can't help ourselves. Those are the ones that we really kind of hyper focus on, but we try to stay underneath a certain threshold of like 500 miles. So the list is just so big. It could go on and on and on, but we had to draw a cutting off point somewhere. That's where we did it. But we want to throw in another mysterious number 11 for you. This one, not really a shorter through hike, but this is overseas as well, which I don't know when we're going to get to it. We're going to have to find the time one time. It has been with us for a while. As soon as we heard of it, we knew we wanted to do it. And we're going to leave it mysterious because it's so far in the future that we don't want to get into it too much. But we'll tell you the country. It's in Japan. And this Japan through hike, we'll even tell you the distance. Not too close though, so if I know you Google wizards could find it out, we'll tell you it's anywhere from 200 miles to 800 miles. That's going to be hard, huh? All right, so yeah, it's in Japan, and it looks absolutely amazing, and we want to do this one year, and it's going to sneak in at our number 11 because it looks pretty epic. So that is the top 10 small long distance trail systems. And if you look behind me, that's a cow field. I know you are just as happy as I am about that. If you guys like this type of content and really enjoy what we're coming out with most recently, we would love for you guys to like, comment, and subscribe below and show us the support that way. Or if you guys really love this content, you guys can go over to Patreon, and Patreon is the same as the YouTube channel, HikingAmerica, and support us that way. Or you can support us by going to 11skies.com. We want to tell you that these hats that you have seen in our most recent films are now available to order, and we also have the kind of night sky edition as well as other merchandise over there. So many ways to support and many ways to show the love, and we appreciate any and all things you guys do, because we love doing this stuff and we love showing you our hikes. We love showing you the behind the scenes on the hikes over on Patreon. We love showing you the kind of thoughts that go in our heads going towards these hikes, every little thing that builds into it, because it's not just on trail, it's everything off trail as well. So thank you for everything you guys do, and thank you for being part of our journey. Cool.